हैं बजा।
Smita ji, the audio is breaking up. We can't hear you.
Cannot hear you at all. Yeah.
Oh,
The audio
hold
is
on.
breaking up, Smita ji.
Okay, I have
Without the
there
microphone,
was an
it's fine.
agreement that I had to say got it. That's why probably. Can you hear me now?
Yes, without the
Yeah,
very
so there
microphone.
was
it's-
yeah, I started and it said that's being recorded, so I had to click got it. Okay, let me start again.
Sounds good.
Smita ji, please go without microphone. We can't hear you with microphone.
Okay, okay, good. Let me just kind of worried about. Okay, can you hear my voice when I'm speaking?
You're fine now.
Yes,
Yeah.
very clearly.
Okay.
So Smita ji, before you start, one moment. I'm actually going to mute everybody. And then
Okay.
Smita ji, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yep, you can start when you're ready.
Smita ji, you are a film star. This is take 3.
Okay. I hope I can sing it well. Okay. मेरी चौखट पे चल के आज चारों धाम आए हैं बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में मेरे घर राम आए हैं कथा शबरी के जैसे जुड़ गई मेरी कहानी से नरों को आज धोने दो चरण आँखों के पानी से बहुत खुश है मेरे आंसू के प्रभु के काम आए हैं बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में मेरे घर राम आए हैं तुमको पाके क्या पाया है सृष्टि के कण कण से पूछो तुमको खोने का दुख क्या है कौशल्या के मन से पूछो द्वार मेरे ये अभागे आज इनके भाग जागे बड़ी लंबी इंतजारी हुई रघुवर तुम्हारी तब आई है सवारी संदेश आज खुशियों के हमारे नाम आए हैं बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में मेरे घर राम आए हैं दर्शन पाके है अवतारी धन्य हुए हैं नैन पुजारी जीवन नैया तुमने तारी मंगल भवन अमंगलहारी मंगल भवन अमंगलहारी निर्धन का तुम धन हो राघव तुम ही रामायण हो राघव सब दुख हरना अवध बिहारी मंगल भवन अमंगलहारी मंगल भवन अमंगलहारी मंगल भवन अमंगलहारी चरण की धूल ले लूं मैं मेरे भगवान आए हैं बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में मेरे घर राम आए हैं मेरी चौखट पे चल के आज चारों धाम आए हैं बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में मेरे घर राम आए हैं कथा चरण आँखों के पानी से बहुत खुश है मेरे आंसू के प्रभु के काम आए हैं। बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में मेरे घर राम आए हैं।
जय श्री राम।
Jai Shri Ram.
Smita ji, thank you so much. It's lovely way to start off this satsang, especially given the baudik that we're going to be using today.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Beautifully sung. So next we're going to have Sanjay uncle, if you can pick up where you left off on Ramayan. And it couldn't be even more auspicious than it normally is. Sanjay uncle, the floor is yours.
Okay, so तेजल बहन और अमिताभ जी प्रकट होइए पहले तो। अमिताभ जी प्रकट होइए। हम लोग आपको देखना चाहते हैं। He is, हाँ, there you go. चलिए, good.
You have to remove me from the spotlight, Turul.
Yes, I'm trying. It's not letting me.
No problem. Okay.
That's okay. We can have more people on spotlight.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just not letting me this second. Let's see.
Okay, I'll start, right? Yep. Oh. लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरन्तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। Hari Om. So we'll switch the gear. Last time when we met 2 months ago, Bhagwan is going for Vanvas. That was the episode we were on Ayodhya Kand. But today is very different because we completed Ram Lalla Yatra, Ram Lallayan. So I thought let's not talk about Vanvas. So थोड़ा उसमें सब बहुत रोना धोना चल रहा है अभी तो I think it is a celebration time. So I thought we'll read Sundarkand, some part of Sundarkand, whatever time we have. Because Sundarkand is one section of Ramayana, उसका नाम इसीलिए सुंदरकांड पड़ा, because the all up to Aranya, Balkand is fine, but Ayodhya Kand में भगवान राम वो के कई episode भगवान राम वनवास, then Aranya Kand में they have problems in the forest, struggling, and then of course, so Sundarkand में फिर वो सीता जी का सीता हरण, all those things are going on. भगवान परेशान, and then सुंदरकांड में हनुमान जी से भेंट होती है, किष्किंधा में होती है, लेकिन सुंदरकांड में हनुमान जी का रोल आता है, and lot of good things start happening. जैसे विभीषण से मिलना होता है, सीता जी को रामचंद्र जी की खबर मिलती है, सीता जी को लगता है कि अब कुछ होने वाला है, ऐसे बहुत सारे एपिसोड सुंदरकांड में अच्छे होते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ वन कैरेक्टर इंट्रोड्यूस इन द मिडिल विच इज हनुमान जी. इसलिए उसका नाम सुंदरकांड है क्योंकि बहुत अच्छी चीजें, some auspicious which are pleasure pleasing, so इसलिए सुंदरकांड उसका नाम है. So we'll read some part from Sundarkand, especially Hanuman ji's role, because the yatra what we completed today, वो हमारी वैन के ऊपर हनुमान जी थे टॉप पे, and of course राम काज पूरे हनुमान जी के सहयोग और हनुमान जी की श्रद्धा और हनुमान जी के बल के बिना पूरा नहीं होता है. So we'll read some few part from Sundarkand. So here Sundarkand में, and Sundarkand both Valmiki Ramayana and I'll read both, and Ramcharitmanas also. So at the end of Sundarkand, I don't know how many of you read Sundarkand. Normally we all read. I mean, I read many times. It is wonderful because we have to. There are very, I mean, of course, there is a storyline which is beautiful, Hanumanji's glory and Hanumanji's achievements, but there are messages also. So at the end of the Sundarkand, which is from Tulsi Ramayana, right? Tulsidas ji has summarized what Sundarkand is, and that's very, very important when we read Sundarkand. So at the end there is a chand where Tulsidas ji says, Sukh bhavan sansay saman davan vishad raghupati gundana taji sakal aas bharos gawai sunahi santat satmana. So what he is saying कि सुंदरकांड जब आप पढ़ते हैं तो what happened, सुख भवन, सुख का भवन, like you are आनंद का बोर्ड पे सुंदरकांड पढ़ने के बाद आपको होता है when you read सुंदरकांड you feel like आपको एक सुख भवन में आनंद में बैठ गए. संशय समन, संशय, तुलसीदास जी ने अवधि यूज किया, बड़ी अच्छी संस्कृति है. संशय शमन, संशय, all the delusion, the doubts are destroyed. Shaman means they are gone from the roots. Davana Vishad, Vishad, which is the depression or anxiety or feeling low, which Sita ji was feeling. That's the reason Tulsidas ji, it's a very profound, not only bhakt, he's a scholar also, right? So Davan, विषाद अगर आपको, इसीलिए हमारे यहाँ सजेस्ट भी करते हैं अगर आपको कुछ थोड़ा सा भी मेंटल फिजिकल है तो सुंदरकांड पढ़िए या किष्किंधा कांड, बोथ आर दे प्रोवाइड दिस, राइट? सो दमन विषाद, सो आपका डिल्यूजन का, विषाद का दमन होता है, लाइक इट इज रिमूव्ड. एंड रघुपति गुणगान, बिकॉज इसके अंदर रघुपति का गुणगान है. ऑफ कोर्स इट इज, ऐसा लगता है कि हनुमान जी का है, लेकिन भगवान राम के ही गुणगान है उसमें. तजी सकल आस भरोस गा वही. एंड भगवान तुलसीदास जी कहते हैं कि सब जब पढ़ते हैं सुंदरकांड या जब भी रामायण पढ़ते हैं भगवान का, तजी सकल आस, सारी डिजायर्स जो हैं, जो भी इच्छाएं हैं, वो आप छोड़ दीजिए पहले. एंड दैट इज वन मैसेज हियर फ्रॉम तुलसीदास जी, दैट कि जब भी रामायण पढ़ने बैठे या राम का नाम लें तो इच्छाएं छोड़ें पहले. तो सकल आस भरोस, जितनी भी आपको भरोसा भगवान का कीजिए. गाँव वही सुनई संतत सठ बना, सठ भगवान हमको उन्होंने यूज किया है कि जो इच्छा रख के भगवान का नाम लेते हैं वो सठ है. सठ मीन्स दुर्बुद्धि है और स्टूपिड है, लाइक इन सिंपल टर्म्स में. सो भगवान का नाम लेने के लिए सारी इच्छाएं छोड़िए, एंड दैट इज वेयर इट इज द ग्लोरी ऑफ सुंदरकांड. सो एट द एंड, एंड देन ही सेज, सकल सुमंगलदायक रघुनायक गुणगान सादर सुनहिते तरही भव सिंधु बिना जल जान. ये सकल सुमंगलदायक, सुमंगल में सुंदर, इसीलिए इसका नाम सुंदर. ये अच्छी आपको भावनाएं लाता है और अच्छे एपिसोड भी आते हैं इसमें. एंड तुलसीदास जी कहते हैं अगर आप सुंदरकांड पढ़ते हैं तो जो आपकी, जैसे हनुमान जी ने समुद्र लांगा था, उनको बिना यान के, जलयान, कोई यान नहीं था हनुमान जी, ऐसे ही वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर आप सुंदरकांड पढ़ते हैं तो बिना जलयान के संसार सागर से पार हो जाएंगे. मतलब आपको कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं चाहिए, कोई हेल्प नहीं चाहिए, because that's where Hanuman ji comes into picture. So that's at the last Tulsidas ji give the glory. So we'll switch over to Valmiki Ramayana. So Valmiki Ramayana में हनुमान जी has come back. जैसे हमारी यात्रा पूरी हुई, अमिताभ जी और तेजल बहन एंड तरोल बहन, और आप लोग जो खास तौर पे अमिताभ जी, तेजल बहन, आप सक्सेसफुली हनुमान जी की तरह गए और वापस आए. बड़ी, अब इसीलिए हम लोग, आई थिंक टुडे वी आर रीडिंग दिस because I personally feel, and I'm sure many of you can endorse that this particular जो हमने इवेंट किया, जो प्रोजेक्ट पूरा किया, I think this is a Sundarkand in the life of VHP from America's 50 years. This is one of the best. I mean, we have done so many good things, but I can say, like, जैसे रामायण में सुंदरकांड का एक अलग स्थान है, नाम सुंदर, ऐसा मुझे लगता है ये जो प्रोजेक्ट हुआ, ये जो रथ यात्रा हुई, this is like a सुंदरकांड. तो ये सुंदरकांड है VHP ऑफ अमेरिका का, इसलिए मैंने सोचा कि आज सुंदरकांड ही पढ़ते हैं. तो अब हनुमान जी, वाल्मीकि रामायण से हम गोइंग देयर. सो हनुमान जी वापस आ गए हैं और रामचंद्र जी को उन्होंने सीता जी की बात बताई. रामचंद्र जी बड़े खुश हैं. तो रामचंद्र जी क्या बोलते हैं, ये सुनने वाली बात है हनुमान जी के लिए. तो रामचंद्र जी ये क्या बोलते हैं, ये हम सबके लिए, और स्पेशली अमिताभ जी और तेजल बहन, आपके लिए भी यही बात है कि आप जो अच्छा काम करके आए तो भगवान को कैसा लग रहा होगा. आप ये कल्पना कीजिए, आप ये सोचिए कि हनुमान जी को ले भगवान को हमने ये काम किया, कैसा लग रहा होगा. सो भगवान से, श्रुत्वा हनुमंतो वाक्यम यथावद अभिभाषितम रामः प्रीति समायुक्तो वाक्यम उत्तम अब्रवीत। हनुमान जी द्वारा यथारूप कहे हुए इन वचनों को सुनकर भगवान श्री राम बड़े प्रसन्न हुए और इस प्रकार उत्तम वचन बोले। भगवान इज वेरी हैप्पी कि क्या काम करके आए हनुमान। तो भगवान कह रहे हैं कृतम हनुमता कार्यम सुरदम भवि दुर्लभम मनसापि यदन्येन न शक्यम धरणी तले। हनुमान ने जो काम किया है भूतल पर ऐसा कार्य करना बहुत कठिन है। इस भूमंडल में दूसरा कोई ऐसा कार्य करने की मन में बात सोच भी नहीं सकता था। तो मैं जब ये पढ़ रहा था तो अमिताभ जी आप जरा प्रकट होइए, मुझे आपका चेहरा भी देखना है, ठीक है। आप तेजल आप भी प्रकट रहिए, ठीक है। या आप या। तो मैं जब ये पढ़ रहा था तो मैंने भी सोचा कि ये बहुत कठिन कार्य था और आपने जब सोचा कि इसको करेंगे तो यही भावना भगवान जो बोल रहे हैं, हनुमान के अलावा ये काम कोई कर नहीं सकता था, क्योंकि हनुमान ने सोच लिया था कि ये राम का काम है इसलिए पूरा हो गया। तो भगवान कह रहे हैं बहुत सारे श्लोक, I'll skip some of them because of time। तो भगवान आगे एक श्लोक बहुत अच्छा बोल रहे हैं जो हम सबके लिए ही है। यो ही भृत्यो नियुक्तः सन भर्ता कर्मणि दुष्करे कुर्यात् तद अनुरागेण तमाहु पुरुषोत्तम। जो सेवक, अब सुनिए अमिताभ जी ध्यान से, बहुत बढ़िया बात बोली भगवान ने। जो सेवक स्वामी द्वारा किसी दुष्कर कार्य में नियुक्त होने पर उसे पूरा करके उसके साथ दूसरे कार्य भी पूरे करता है जो उससे रिलेटेड है, वो उत्तम सेवक है। तो हनुमान जी क्या करके आए थे, वी ऑल नो दैट हनुमान जी डिडंट जस्ट, सीता जी को तुमने पता कर लिया, सीता जी को ऑफर भी दिया था कि आपको चलना तो मैं लेके चलता हूँ, उड़ के आया हूँ, उड़ के आप, सीता जी ने बोला नो नो नो, सीता जी ने मना कर दिया। उन्होंने कहा मैं, राम जी आएंगे वही लेके जाएंगे मुझे, आप तो वापस जाओ, मैसेज दे दो। तो हनुमान जी ने लेकिन लंका जलाई, उसके बाद उन्होंने वो नहीं जलाया जो उनको नहीं करना था। तो रावण का महल भी जला सकते थे बिकॉज वो काम राम को करना था। तो हनुमान जी ने जो जो उनके जो जो इम्पोर्टेंट प्लेसेस थे उसमें रामायण में डिस्क्रिप्शन आता है, वो सब उन्होंने देखे और आके जब पूरी रामायण में डिस्क्राइब करेंगे, हनुमान जी आते हैं 30 श्लोक में उन्होंने डिस्क्राइब किया कि लंका कैसी थी। एंड ही सेड कि ईस्ट में रावण की सेना थी जिसमें हाथी घोड़े थे, वेस्ट में रावण की सेना थी जिसमें सिर्फ राक्षस विद आर्म्स थे। पूरा डिस्क्राइब किया कि हाउ द होल लंका, एंड ही सेज दैट around Lanka there is a wall, and after the wall there is a water, so that you just cannot enter Lanka. So to stop enemies Lanka, and he studied all that, and that's what Ram जी कह रहे हैं कि सिर्फ जो उत्तम सेवक होता है वो सिर्फ वही काम नहीं करता है। उसको बोला है कि ये गड्ढा खोदना तो गड्ढा खोदना है, उसको ये पता है कि इस गड्ढा खोदना तो इसमें एक पेड़ डालना है, पेड़ बड़ा होगा, पेड़ को कैसे सींचना है, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। दैट्स व्हाट। सो आपने जो काम किया है बहुत उत्तम कार्य किया है। ये सिर्फ रथ यात्रा नहीं थी, 800 मंदिरों को जोड़ना, 800 मंदिरों से कितने सारे हमारे, आई मीन वी हैव सो मेनी हिंदूज, राइट, ऑल, नॉट ओनली जस्ट अमेरिकन भारतीय हिंदूज, भूटानीज एंड नेपालीज एंड फिजी, ऑल डिफरेंट हिंदू समाज को आपने जोड़ा, यू मेट देम एंड वी हैव क्रिएटेड अ बिग नेटवर्क। सो इट्स गोइंग टू, इट्स नॉट जस्ट रामलला अयोध्या से आए दर्शन हो गए, इसके पीछे एक नेटवर्किंग भी हुई। तो बहुत उत्तम कार्य हुआ है जो हनुमान जी ने किया है, ऐसा आप लोगों ने किया है। तो ये सुन के मुझे बहुत, आई मीन आई फील गुड। सो विल सी, Toral we have five more minutes, right? I can read couple of shlokas.
Yes, Sanjay uncle, definitely.
Yeah, we'll read couple of श्लोक, फिर तुलसी रामायण से बंद करेंगे इसको। So भगवान अभी बोल रहे हैं, अभी बहुत खुश हो गए, and he is saying इदम तुम मम दीनस्य मनोभूयः पक्रशति यदि हास्य प्रियार्खार्तुम कुर्मी सदृशम प्रियम। आज मेरे पास, भगवान तो जो वनवास में थे उनके पास कुछ देने को था नहीं, बोले आज मेरे पास पुरस्कार देने की वस्तु का अभाव है, ये बात मेरे मन को बड़ा कसक दे रही है। So he said I don't have anything to give it to Hanuman because I don't have anything, right? He's in वनवास, तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ। तो भगवान कह रहे हैं कि अगले श्लोक में एष सर्वभूतस्तु परिसंगो हनुमतः मया कालम मिमं प्राप्य ततः तस्य महात्मनः। इस समय इन महात्मा हनुमान को, भगवान हनुमान जी की बोला, इन महात्मा हनुमान को मैं केवल अपना प्रगाढ़ आलिंगन ही दे सकता हूँ, यही मेरा, जो भी मेरी ऑफरिंग है। क्या बात है, मतलब भगवान खड़े होते हैं भक्त के लिए और बोलते हैं मेरे पास देने के लिए मैं अपना आलिंगन देता हूँ, इससे अच्छा उपहार क्या हो सकता है। तो जो उस दिन हम देख रहे थे वहां पर शिकागो में परसों, जैसे लोग आपको आलिंगन कर रहे थे राम भक्त, क्या बात है, वो सिर्फ भगवान स्वरूप ही आपको आलिंगन कर रहे थे। इससे अच्छा उपहार क्या हो सकता है? एंड आई नो, आई एम श्योर यू हैव दैट गॉट दैट आलिंगन एंड एम्ब्रेस ऑल ओवर द कंट्री, जहां जहां भी आप करोगे, एंड दैट इज एक्चुअली कमिंग फ्रॉम भगवान. सो भगवान ने यहाँ मैसेज दिया है कि भाई मेरे पास देने के लिए कुछ नहीं है आलिंगन के प्रेम के अलावा. और जो आपने किया है, हम लोगों ने जो किया है, मतलब बार बार आप बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन हम सब ने किया है, बट एनीवे यू लेट, बिकॉज जैसे हनुमान जी गए थे तो गए थे. सो आपने जो किया है, आई थिंक दिस इज वंडरफुल, बिकॉज दैट्स व्हाट भगवान सेज कि हरि व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, प्रेम तो प्रकट हो ही में जाना. देयर इज ओनली वन वे भगवान प्रकट होते हैं. जो तेजल बहन ने कहा था कि हम रामलला को लेने ही नहीं गए थे, रामलला अपने आप हमारे पास आए. दैट्स द डिफरेंस, राइट? ऐसा नहीं कि हम लेने गए, अपने आप आए. तो कैसे आते हैं राम? प्रेम से. So, प्रेम से प्रकट हो ही में जाना. तो हमारा प्रेम था तो भगवान आए. एंड आई विल रीड जस्ट वन फ्रॉम तुलसी रामायण एंड देन विल स्टॉप हियर. तो जब हनुमान जी वापस आ गए तो जामवन जी ने भगवान को बोला, जामवन जी, नाउ देन अनदर गुड पार्ट इज कि जब हनुमान जी गए थे तो जामवन जी ने उनको बोला था यू गो. सो देयर इज अनदर गुड मैसेज दैट हनुमान जी न्यू एवरीथिंग. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, उनको सब पता था. आई मीन ही वाज सो, but he listened to all the instructions of Jambanji, because Jambanji is a senior person in the family. There's another quality of a sevak, that बड़ों की बात सुनो. आपको पता है सब, लेकिन बड़ों की बात सुनने में एक आशीर्वाद साथ में आता है. तो जामवंती ने जो उनको समझाया, हनुमान जी को सब पता था और करके सब काम आए, लेकिन आके रिपोर्ट किया वापस जामवंत जी को कि मैं आ गया हूँ और मैंने ये काम कर दिया. मैं आपको बताता हूँ, आप रामचंद्र जी को बताइए. तो जहाँ जामवंत जी हनुमान भगवान के पास जाते हैं, ऐसे नाथ पवन सुत करनी सह सुख सह सहु मुख न जाई सु. जो हनुमान जी ने जो काम किया, 1000 मुख भी हो तो वी कैन नॉट डिस्क्राइब, ऐसा काम किया. तो भगवान ने फिर गले लगाया. तो हनुमान जी क्या बोलते हैं, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट एंड विल स्टॉप हियर. सो प्रभु प्रसन्न जाना हनुमाना, बोला वचन विगत अभिमाना. जब भगवान को बहुत प्रसन्न देखा तो हनुमान जी सकुचाते हुए बोले. भगवान हनुमान जी कहते हैं, सो सब तब प्रताप रघुराई, नाथ न कछु मोरी प्रभुताई. अरे ये तो आपका प्रताप था प्रभु कि मैं ये कर पाया. मेरा तो इसमें कुछ है ही नहीं, मेरी अधिकारी, मतलब आई हैव नो राइट ओवर दिस थिंग. इट इज ऑल योर प्रसाद, इसके लिए मैं ये कर पाया. सो आई थिंक जो इसलिए हमने सुंदरकांड पढ़ा और इसलिए हमें सुंदरकांड पढ़ना भी चाहिए, क्योंकि जो काम हमने किया है ये वही सुंदरकांड वाला है कि रामलला को हम इतने साल से, हमारे रामलला बाहर नहीं आ पा रहे थे. सीता जी की खबर जैसे रामचंद्र जी को नहीं मिल रही थी, हनुमान जी गए और सीता जी खबर लाए. ऐसे ही हम लोगों ने रामलला को वहां से, अयोध्या से लाए और पूरे अमेरिका में घुमाया. रामलला के दर्शन कई लोग नहीं कर पा रहे थे. सब सोच रहे थे कि कैसा होगा अयोध्या, कैसे होंगे रामलला. तो आप हनुमान जी की तरह हम लोग संदेश जो सीता जी का राम जी के पास लेके, ऐसे ही भक्तों के पास आप रामलला को लेके आए. आई थिंक दैट इज द बेस्ट थिंग happened to that's why it is Sundarkand of VHP America. So I'll stop here. कालिदास जी ने रघुवंशम लिखा है. इट इज वन ऑफ द, इट इज लाइक वाल्मीकि रामायण, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ रघुवंश. उसमें उन्होंने एक लास्ट में बीच में एक श्लोक है, वो मैं पढ़ता हूँ एंड देन विल स्टॉप हियर. सो ही सेज, मारुति सागरम तीर्णः संसारम इव निर्ममः. एंड कालिदास सेज कि जैसे मारुति ने सागर को क्षण में, ही जस्ट क्रॉस द सागर, मारुति में हनुमान जी, क्योंकि हनुमान जी निर्मम, हनुमान जी को कोई अटैचमेंट नहीं था. ऐसे ही वो कहते हैं कि अगर राम भक्त को अटैचमेंट ना हो तो संसार सागर ऐसे ही पार किया जा सकता है जैसे हनुमान जी ने सागर पार किया था. तो बहुत बढ़िया कालिदास जी ने लिखा, एकदम परफेक्ट है हम सबके लिए मैसेज कि राम का काम अगर करना है, जैसे तुलसीदास जी ने भी कहा है कि राम का काम करना है तो राम का काम करते समय ये अपना अटैचमेंट दूर रखो, अहंकार दूर रखो, तब आप हनुमान जी की तरफ फ्रीली जा सकते हो और वापस आ सकते हो. कोई ज्ञान की जरूरत नहीं है. So with that we'll stop here and continue with our satsang. So Jai Shri Ram. Hari Om.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you so much, Sanjay Uncle, and Sundarkant was definitely the way to go today. So thank you so much for that. So next, what we're going to do is we are actually going to hear from 5 of the people who took Ram Lalla ji around for what is a momentous Rath Yatra of Ram Lalla across the United States. It is a once in a lifetime. I don't even know how to explain it. There's so many words, but luckily I'm not the one who will have to explain this. I will be the one asking questions. So today we're going to speak to Tejalbin. So as I'm calling your names out, I'm going to try very hard to do this correctly and spotlight the proper people that I need to spotlight. Sorry, my computer is just in a little bit of a freeze mode. Yep. Ajay, can you guys hear me? No.
Yes, we can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
And the spotlight is
If
good.
you don't mind spotlighting everyone, my computer for some reason froze up.
You're doing fine. Tejalbin is spotlighted. Tejalbin, go ahead.
But yeah, but I'm not able to do it for anyone else. So if you don't mind, I can call out the names, and if you don't mind spotlighting,
Sure.
I just
I'll be glad to.
Yeah, my computer screen's completely frozen on my end. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So yourself, if you could spotlight yourself, and then Amitabh-ji, then Catherine Vandervliet,
Catherine has to turn on the video. Oh, here you are. Okay.
I think we lost Toral.
Yes, her video is not on, but she is on. Or so it seemed. And Manan bhai, please turn on your video. Okay. Perfect. So while Toral rejoins, I think I generally know what she was going to do, so I'll fill in till she joins. So Tejalbin, I think Toral was going to start with you and ask you some questions about your experiences with the Yatra.
So is she going to ask question and I have to answer, or I can just share in general?
Share in general, because she's had technical difficulties, so she's not on the call. So I will just say that start with your experiences while she joins.
Okay. Okay. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Ayodhya Vasi Ram Lalla ki jai, Ayodhya Dham ki jai. Jai Shri Ram. I chanted this particular shlok because in this shloka we have a depiction, or what it means is basically everybody calls Prabhu Shri Ram with a different name. Mata Kaushalya would call with one name versus Dashrathji would call with another name. Ramji's guru Vashishtaji would call with another name. So whoever are calling out Bhagwan Shri Ram is using a different name, but ultimately it is one who is Sita Mata's husband and Bhagwan Shri Ram. So the experience that each one of us has or have had vary throughout the Ram Lalla Rath Yatra, including the Mandir representative, somebody who is coordinating from the background, somebody who is there with working with Mandir, somebody who is part of the Rath Yatra, or somebody is just being a simple devotee coming for a darshan. everyone would have a different experience, but ultimately the experience leads to nothing but Prabhu Shri Ram and the Rama Tattva. So I think my personal experience, it's just a lot of joy, and I have to rethink and rewind, I think, some of the memories now that I have back to home as of last night, and think about what did I do during last 2 months minus 10 days I was at home for the Rath Yatra, and then I have to like put everything in kind of order, as well as everything in terms of the what has happened where. And some of the experiences that we have had were very unique. As Sanjay Bhai mentioned, we met so many different communities, Hindu communities, starting with the Caribbean community in Albany. It was almost 9:30, quarter to 10 at night when we were to reach Albany, a very small mandir in one house. And young kids, as well as the young couples, plus some elderly devotees were waiting for us to reach there. We started from Rochester and reached there around 9:30, and they were still waiting. And as soon as we reached there, they all came out, and with the noise of thari, like in India, we have that habit. Anything good happens, if we don't have a good instrument, we just play we take the roti belne ka jo belan hota hai wo, and then the thali, and then we hit the thali with the belan and make the auspicious sound to welcome or to anything happening good. So that they did that, and the women were like dressed up as if like they are going to wedding. At that late at night, they did not think about like, okay, how long we have to wait, and they were just eager to receive Ramji. It was a little bit rainy evening as well. They received us in, and then while we were getting ready to set up the puja and all, one woman in particular, she started singing a song in Awadh Bhasha. I think it was not pure Hindi. She sung such a beautiful voice she had, and she sung the bhajan, and she welcomed the Ramji, and we all got like just immersed into her bhajan. So this is one experience at midnight, or not midnight, but very late at night. And then they all had a darshan, puja, akshat, the basic rituals were done, and then we took off from there. And it's just first experience we had with another community, not not Bharatiya Hindu, but the other ethnicity Hindu. So then it continued. We came to New York City, and we visited a couple of other Caribbean community mandirs with the same enthusiasm. They received us. Then we went to Pennsylvania, and we met Bhutanese Nepali Hindu community. And the mandir was so prepared. And I know that they were not getting enough advance notification that we are coming. It was just matter of one day. But that one mandir, the Lakshmi Narayan mandir we went to, the Guruji and the entire mandir, they were prepared with a certificate for us. It was such a nicely worded and nicely written certificate they handed over to us. And they were like honoring us, and they were just, it was amazing. Sometimes if we have to produce some material and some certificate, we think that, okay, we don't even have 24 hours in our hand, and we are all equipped with like many good stores like Staples and everything around. And where we went for this, it was a little bit far away from Harrisburg. So within 24 hours, they managed to have that certificate ready and nicely worded, printed, framed, and then handing it over to us. It was amazing. Then the mandir just 5 minutes away, another Nepali community mandir. We were like just feeling so proud because they said that this mandir exists because of VHPA. So we didn't know why, but then they said that when we were settling here in this area, Harrisburg area, we were in touch with one Vishwa Hindu Parishad leader, and he told us that first thing you do is establish the mandir for yourself. And then the president said that he was from Pittsburgh. So immediately we could guess he's nobody but, it must be nobody but Sanjay Bhai. And then I reminded the name that, is it Sanjay Bhai Mehta? And then, yes, I remember the name. Yes, it was him. So when we hear such story from the Mandir representatives, it's just like makes us feel not only proud, but even more responsibility comes on our shoulder, I would say, that we are not only there to have the Ram Lalla Darshan by us, but we are responsible to be in touch with such community whom we are not in touch with normally. And it's just reason that we are there, and the reason is nothing but the Ramji this time. But next time, without even any reason, we need to be in touch with them, and we need to stay connected first. And that, I think, lot of good words we have heard, lot of tapping on our back has happened. But I would say that all that is nothing but reminding us that we are carrying more responsibility on our shoulder going forward. And we have to be more humble and be ready to work for our community. Dhanyavad. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you, Tejal. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened, but I'm back now. So I have a couple of questions that I wanted to ask all of you. I don't know, when I was not on, were you all able to introduce yourselves? That's not one of the questions. I just
No,
wanted to
we
make
left it
sure.
for you to come back and do that.
Okay, apologies to everybody. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. My computer froze. So the people who are on the Ram Lalla Ji Yatra, Amitabh Ji Mittal. So most of us do know, but for those who may be joining for the first time on the Satsang, he is the General Secretary of VHPA. Tejal Shah, she also was on the Yatra. She is the Joint General Secretary of VHPA. Catherine Vanderreet. Hello, Catherine. So she was also on it, and Catherine works with Bharat Media. Then Mananji Raval, who I believe is there. I hope he can hear me. He was also on the Yatra as well. And Ajay Bhai Shah, who is our president of VHPA America. So thank you, everybody, for taking time out. Now, these were the people who were able to take Ramji all over the country. I do want to point out, before we go into anything else, it took a huge team of people in the background, locally, to put together where to go to. Then Niti Ben, who actually is not, I don't think she's on the call. Without her, I don't think any of this would even have worked out as much as possible. And as Amitabh Ji puts it very well, Niti Ben Zindabad. So I'm going to start off with my question. And I'm going to start with, well, Tejal Ben, I know you just, and I apologize if you've gone into some of this, but I'm going to start off with you. So after spending 2+ months on the road, spreading the word of Ram Lalla Ji, is it what you expected it would be? And if you can please explain a little bit.
I think the experience I shared earlier, it tells that yes, it was what we expected to be, and I think now more expectations and higher expectations are set upon us to fulfill. I would stop there.
Okay, that's fair. Amitabh ji, so there is the van that was all decorated, and for anyone who got to see any part of it or even experienced it live at the mandirs that were local to you, it was beautifully decorated with, as Sanjay uncle described, that on the roof was a picture of Hanumanji. All along the sides were pictures and sponsors and of Ram Lalla ji himself. So there are people on the highway that may have seen it. There are people in parking lots who may have seen it. So can you tell me, what was the reaction for those who may not have been Hindu that you came across once they knew what it was that you all were, what you were doing in your journey?
So, yeah, Shri Ram, I wanted to say this, and I think I said that at another, the misinformation that is keeping us all enraged against each other, right? Oh, deep south, you'll have problem. Or this is the Christian country, you will have a problem. Or this area has a lot of Sikhs, you will have a problem. I tell you, we got to a hotel at the middle of the night, and the counter, there's this girl working, and I tell her why we are here, what we are planning to do. It was not, it's the early part, right? It's about maybe the 10th state we are in. And not even that. And she comes out and she bows down to the van. And that was the first non-Hindu person who was just excited to see it. That what you're doing is great. You're doing God's work, you know. And at one place, gas station, we stopped for lunch, and we're sitting there and we're having lunch. And after that, again, we talked to the ladies at the counter, and they come out and they're so excited to see how beautifully the van is decorated. And this is, getting into that area where you say, oh, this is where you're going to have problems with. We another experience is in Oklahoma. We received more than the dinner that four of us could finish, and we stopped at this rest area, and then these truck drivers who are supposedly Sikhs and Punjabis and all that we were warned against, they joined us for dinner, right? So we shared our meal with them, and they were so happy, and they were so so I tell you, the country is beautiful, the people are nice everywhere we went. The gas station attendant, who I didn't realize we're at a full service section of the gas station in Washington. Station attendant, he also, was very appreciative of what we are doing. And so I'm saying the country is beautiful, the people are beautiful, people are nice everywhere. And Tejal Ben was talking about the Caribbeans, and then one of the mandir mentioning Sanjay Bhai. But then we went to few other mandirs where we were surprised that their Prana Pratishtha or their establishment, their Bhumi Pujan was done by Mahesh Ji or Gaurang Bhai. Right? So that was surprising also. Like, okay, so 30 years ago, Gaurang Ji and Mahesh Ji came and they did the Bhumi Pujan here in our mandir, or they did the Prana Pratishtha in our mandir. And it's like, we are so cut off. Why are we so cut off? So this was they felt better that finally VHPA is here. VHPA did not disappear, right? That's what also was possibly going through someone's mind, that, oh, VHPA becoming irrelevant. They're not in touch with us. We are in touch with them. But whoa, wait a second. VHPA is here visiting us again. And it was a great feeling. I tell you, the country is beautiful. The people are beautiful everywhere. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Amitabhji. It sounds like it was a very welcoming experience on both ends, your side as well as the people that were receiving it or not receiving it and even understanding about what it was.
Yeah.
Ajay Bhai, so I have a question for you. In one sentence, what was one of the takeaways that you learned on this journey?
It's difficult to summarize all the emotions and experiences that we had in one sentence. But if I have to say it in one sentence, I would say that in many ways, even after 7,000-8,000 years, Shri Ram continues to guide us, continues to inspire us, continues to bring Hindus together, both in a journey that is an outward journey of victory of good over evil, but also in the inner journey that we all go through of our own, victory over our, our indriyas, our desires, egos, all the other things that we have in our own selves. So in many ways, that is what Shri Ram embodied. That is what Ramayana embodies. That is what Ram Mandir embodies. And it's not just for people from India. Ramayana is inspiration for 30 different countries. And if you go back and you see the people who get inspired by Shri Ram, they're people from all over the world. And so if I have to say it in one sentence, I would say that even today, Bhagwan Shri Ram in America is as relevant as Bhagwan Shri Ram was relevant when Bhagwan Shri Ram was on this earth during the Treta Yuga, or maybe even more relevant today. And you can see that as you meet people young and old and coming from all different walks of lives.
Thank you, Ajay Bhai. I appreciate the fact that it was maybe not one sentence, but it was very well said. Catherine G, how are you? So my question for you have a unique perspective. You got to travel with them, and just as we learn things, you learn things. So what lesson can you share with us that you did learn during the weeks that you were there during the yatra?
I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you. Unfortunately, we can't see you, but yes, we can hear you.
Oh, what did I do? Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you and see you. It's a little dark, but yes, we can see you.
Okay, sorry. I'm in my living room.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
I don't have a lot of lights in here. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I just got home here last night, so I'm still digesting everything, It was amazing. I can't even sum it up for you. I can't even put it into words. Everything that I saw, everything that I experienced, it was eye-opening. It was very spiritual. It was many things. It was like a whole whirlwind wrapped into one big package with a bow on it. Thank you, Ramji, right? I don't know what to say. I'm still digesting it, Torben. It was quite a yatra, right?
Yes, it definitely was. Don't worry, you'll have more to say when I get to that next question. So, Manan Bhai, you are another one, had a very, very unique perspective on everything that you saw, everything that you experienced, and you literally had a not different vision, but a different perspective because you were looking through the eye of a lens, let's say. So I'm going to ask you the same sentence. What lesson can you share with us, Mananbhai? Mananbhai was, he was the main media person who, from Bharat Media, for some of you who don't know, that was actually from day one to the last day, was there every single day during the yatra. Go ahead, Mananbhai.
So there are two things that I would like to share. One thing that definitely the motto what VHP was having to get everybody on one platform to networking the temples and stuff like that, which is really served, whether it was a small temple or a big one, whether it was an Indian origin temple or Caribbean or Nepali. Everybody was so enthusiastic. Most of the time we were late, 15-20 minutes. First two temples on a day, we were on time, and then we start getting late. Last temple obviously will be hour and a half late. Wherever we go, no regrets. When we say sorry, everybody just said, don't be sorry, we know. People were too much enthusiastic and overwhelming to welcome us. That was the thing that I learned. Irrespective of a couple of temples were waiting for the dinner. We went there at 9:30, 10, and none of the devotee eat anything. After we started the dinner, they had the dinner. So this was the thing that noticed, and it's a really emotional moment for us, though we don't express it, but somebody is waiting for you up to 10. Dinner was ready at 7. They could have feed their kids, right? But none of the kids did eat there. They were waiting for us. So these are the small things, but I feel too much overwhelming like that. Lesson has to be learned from all this, that this is the time that we need to go and talk to them, each and every temple, thanking them, get the networking strong with them, and we have to encash it. If within 2 months, those who are here on the, I don't know, EC, GC, whatever it is, but they have to work hard and get everything straightened up. This is the time to encash it. What Amitabh and Tejal Ben has done, a couple of 15 days, 2 weeks, Ajay Bhai was there. Whatever the hard work is done, that has been done. Now the time for others to encash it, get the follow-up, go talk to them, ask them what they need, try to help them and get into the mainstream. Each and every temple, we should be talking to them. At least once a week, somebody should call them, hey, we are from VHP. You remember we came for Ram Lalla Yatra, this, and get them. This is the time we should be doing. If we miss it, we are gone. There are so many experiences. I'm planning to write a book, and I will spare that for that thing only. Everybody has to read that book.
Thank you, Mananbhai. I know the both of you just got home today, but it really has to be just a whirlwind of, just in a blink of an eye almost, this was completely over. Anyway, so now this I'm going to ask to everybody, and whoever wants to start can start. What was the most eye-opening moment for you on this momentous journey? Mananbhai, since you already are unmuted, why don't you start?
I won't say the eye-opening, but really touching moment that though we think that the new generation is not there, the kids, you can see all my videos and pictures and everything. So many kids were chanting Hanuman Chalisa, Rudram, Namakam Chamakam fluently without any pause. So that was something not eye-opening, but it was touching for me. I make mistake without having a book to read Namakam and Chamakam. Definitely, yes. I need a book. Otherwise, I will miss a couple of lines in that. But the kids, they are fluent in that. That was something amazing.
So Catherine, same question for you. What was the most eye-opening moment for you on this journey?
Think how much reverence they had for Ram Lalla Ji at every single temple, the reverence for him. I mean, people would cry, right? And we would, if we were beginning to leave and, you know, they had a few seconds left to see him as we were leaving, they were running to him, you know? It was just, and now I adore him, right? I mean, just the time that I have spent in the last 2 months has just been amazing. How could you not, right? I mean, there's a reason why they have reverence for him. So just the respect,
Thank you.
overwhelming. Yeah.
The pure devotion, right? Unselfish,
Yes, yeah.
unselfish devotion. Ajay bhai, question to you. What was the most eye-opening moment for you on this journey?
It's a really good question. There were a lot of things like, but Catherine said, Manan Bhai said, kids who were singing flawlessly, the slokas, the bhajans, all of that, reciting scriptures. There was certainly one.
One Ajay bhai.
But the one that really stands out for me is that I met so many people during the yatra who were actually in were actually part of the Ram Mandir movement in 1989, in 1992, in 1987, when there were some other components of the Ram Janmabhoomi movement. So these people were actually participated in the Ram Mandir movement, and they never bragged about it. They never said anything, but they were in Ayodhya. They were on December 6th. Some of them were there. So I got to meet some of those people who actually made Ram Mandir possible. And if we look at through the history, how many people have sacrificed, how many people, these are all people who we never hear their names, right from people, through the history. And to actually meet some of these people who were there on December 6th, who were there in past, and to hear from them what they went through. They were, some of them were shot at, some of them endured lathi charge, all of that. We actually got to meet those people in America. And to me, I mean, I think, we are fortunate that we are, in many ways celebrating without doing the actual sacrifice that some of these people have made. And I'm not even talking about the people who are in India who sacrificed their lives over the last 550 years, but having those people, meeting those people in America was really an honor.
Thank you, Ajay bhai. Tejal Ben, what was the most eye-opening moment for you on this journey?
I think I would not say eye-opening, but meeting and learning about like various saints and their ashram traditions while we were on the yatra, and how they have thought of Ram Lalla Ji or the Ram Mandir coming back, and how they have envisioned. That was really amazing. Like, if I take as an example, we were in Iowa at Maharshi Mahesh Yogi Ji's institution, and he has been Brahmlin, unka samadhi unki ho gayi hai. So before even when he established the ashram, he told that jab Ram aayenge to Ram Rajya aayega, Ram wapas aayenge to Ram Rajya aayega. So at many years back, these saints have done such, if we say, predictions or the Bhavishyavani kind of, and they all were eagerly waiting for this to happen. We met one Swamiji in Bharat Sevashram, Los Angeles. He was the Bade Guruji of Bharat Sevashram currently, and he blessed the Ram Rath Yatra, and how devotional he was and emotional he was while blessing us, and he was so happy to see us. So all these saints who were basically blessing us, it was a unique experience to see, and they were not blessing individual, they were blessing the karya, they were blessing what we have taken upon. And that is what was making us happy. For them, individually, they would not, or they may not remember us tomorrow, but they would remember that, okay, VHPA was there, and VHPA brought Ram Lalla to their ashram. Like we met Girdhari Prabhuji of ISKCON, who has established the Juhu ISKCON Mandir. And he was old, he's very old, like you can see him that he's very old, but he was on his face nothing but the joy when he had a darshan of Ram Lalla. And the way he blessed Amitabh Ji, you can tell that, okay, he was waiting for this moment to happen. So these are the unique experiences, and again, eye-opening in that sense that more expectation, more responsibility on our shoulder. Again, I would repeat that again and again. Because
Thank you, Tejal.
devotees
Sorry.
and people, Hindu community in general, they are looking forward to us with more and better to come for Hindu diaspora. Thank you.
Thank you, Tejal. Amitabh Ji, I have the same question for you. So what was one of the most eye-opening moments during this yatra for you?
I am taking a little bit different view of this. I think the yatra was an eye-opening moment for the Hindu diaspora. We are all thinking that, oh, we are just 11 temples in this area, or we are 79 temples in this area. None of the people, not say take that back, say most of the people, rephrasing it, most of the people didn't know that there are that many mandirs and that many Hindus in America. So this yatra was eye-opening for every one of us who was part of it. So to sum it into a single incident is not possible. It is repeated every single mandir we visited. There was an eye-opening for the crowd that is present, that is not present. So the entire yatra, it's like when somebody tells you that Prana Pratishtha of this mandir was done by the hands of Mahesh Mehta ji, boom. Is that the eye-opening moment for me, or was it the next one or the next one? Because I say every mandir, every place, our eyes are getting wider and our mind is getting humble and humble and humble at every temple we visit. So this is, and it's a much bigger task, like Manan Bhai just said. It is a much bigger task that awaits us. That you can say hello, but a conversation must begin after that. So we just said hello to all these mandirs, and they are all awakened and they are all happy to see us. But our major task is ahead. What is that conversation? That would be really eye-opening.
Okay, thank you so much, Amitabh Ji. So I will say one just
I'm gonna
very.
keep my camera off because I'm my computer my computer crashed today. And I'm using my phone and the battery starts to drain. It's plugged in, so I'm keeping my camera off. Okay.
No problem.
It's
No
not
problem.
okay.
We can see your face in the picture, so thank you for that.
It's much better than what I look like right now.
So I will say one thing, there's so many different stories. One thing that was experienced at the closing ceremony, actually probably the day before that, the yatra was in Wisconsin, I believe, and a person wanted to come and they weren't able to go to the mandir that day. And Amitabh Ji or Tejalben, please just correct me if, I misspeak, please. And so she called, this woman happened to call up, and Amitabh Ji took the phone and he explained that we had already passed that mandir, but we were going to be going to XYZ after that. And that the closing ceremony was going to be in Chicago, in Sugar Grove, at the community center that VHPA has. This woman drove from Wisconsin to the closing ceremony just so she could experience and see Ram Lalla Ji. So it's those types of moments shared with what everybody was saying. It wasn't any individual moment. But this was just another example of the pure devotion that people had to Ram Lalla ji itself. And I think that was the uniting factor. Anyway, so I just wanted to add that. Thank you so much to Amitabh ji, Tejal Ben, Ajay Bhai, Catherine ji, Manan Bhai for
Kathleen.
for everybody joining and taking part and sharing your experiences with all of us. We all couldn't be there with you, but we feel through some of these examples and stories that we did get to experience it. So thank you so much to everybody for being part of this today.
Toral Ben, if you don't mind me interjecting, I have to confess that the entire yatra, I mispronounced Catherine's name. I called her Kathleen. So I have to come clean because I mentioned it to hundreds of people. I introduced her as Kathleen of Bharat Media when her
Not
name
every
is Catherine.
time. Not
So that's
every time.
no. So the eye-opening moment for me, I just realized the eye-opening moment for me was at my home in my sofa when Toral Ben reminded me her name is not Catherine, Kathleen is Catherine. So that was the eye-opening moment of this entire journey. So I was asleep the entire time.
Thank you, Kathleen, for all your help.
Yeah,
during the
no
journey.
worries.
With that, I don't, if anybody wants to make any quick comments, I'm so sorry that we went a little bit over today, but I think it's understandable why we did. Go ahead, please.
Okay, this is Tara Narasimhan. I'm calling from.
Oh, you just, there we go.
Oh, namaste, everybody. You know what? I kind of give it to VHPA of America. Brilliant idea. The idea of even bringing this Ram Lalla to each and every temple is something that it is a divine kind of a blessing that has come up. But your minds have gone together to plan this event, which is a humongous task to travel as well as take it upon yourself. Excellently done. I owe it to all of you and thank you all for wonderful beginnings that will the future generation will definitely catch up on it. And I'll just will tell you, my 1.5-year-old granddaughter, she puts on the scarf and she says, Ram, Ram, Ram inside the house now going round and round. That is the inspiration I want to share with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Toral Ben, this is Vandana from
Hi,
Chicago.
Vandana ji.
Namaskar. No, hi. मैं सबसे जय सिया राम. I noticed one thing. मैं एक बात कहना चाहती हूँ कि कम से कम हम इस ग्रुप में एक प्लेज लें कि हम सबको जब ग्रीट करें तो जय सिया राम करें. और मैं हमारे तो घर में जो बंदा काम करने के लिए आता है बिकॉज ही वो देख रहा है जब से हमारे घर मंत्र बजता है, इवन वो भी आज क्योंकि कल परसों सोमवार था वो बोलता है अभी आपको सुनवा भी सकती हूँ, ओम नमो शिवाय, ओम नमो शिवाय, ओम नमो शिवाय. सो आके वो ग्रीट करता है. तो हमको अपने आप से कोशिश करनी होगी. अगर किसी को बुरा लगे तो भी मैं माफी नहीं मांगूंगी क्योंकि मेरे दिल के भाव थे. मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि हम सबको जय सिया राम कहें. अब समय आ चुका है और सब लोग बोलेंगे ही जय सिया राम.
जय सिया राम.
जय सिया
बहुत
राम.
अच्छे.
Okay, Makaranji, are you still on the call with us?
Yes.
Double by hands up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Double by, go ahead. I apologize. I did not see.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
I just wanted to sum up like this, that 24,000 plus miles, 49 states and 64 days of continuous driving. Only Ramji Krupa only can happen this kind of a journey. So Amitabh ji, Manan ji, Tejal ji, and Ajay ji, all deserve that you are blessed by real Ramji. There was no interruption in the between, and you went very well. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Double by. Mahendra ji, go ahead.
Jai Shri Ram to everyone.
Jai Shri Ram.
So, first of all, I have been saying Jai Shri Ram to everyone as well, not only within my friend circle, but when the recruiter calls, and most of them are Indians, I make sure that I tell them Jai Shri Ram. So yes, this is our time. This is the beginning. Let's make sure that we let the world know who we are. That's number one. Number two, this is our second inning. So from now onwards, somewhere around January 21st, 22nd weekend should be Vishwa Hindu Parishad America's Grand Deepavali celebration number 2. So my personal request to every chapter and even international, we should celebrate this as a second Deepavali, for times to come. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you, Mahendra Bhai. Ravi ji, go ahead. Ravi ji, you're on. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Namaste. I'm Ravi Khanna. I wrote my comments about the Dayton temple experience in the chat box, but I would say in one line that the coming back of the temple in India has brought back the spiritual experience and has raised that awareness not only in India but all over the world. And I think this yatra has just started this journey that we should promote Sanatan Dharma very aggressively in this country, so the West gets that experience of spirituality from Bharat, in America, so we can influence them in a positive way. From this too much materialistic society, we can make some dent in it with our spiritual journey from Sanatan Dharma. So.
Thank you, Ravi ji. With that, thank you so much, everybody, for all your commentary. It is well received and appreciative for taking part in this satsang today. Makranji, if you don't mind, can you do our VHPA prayer, please?
Okay. Are we going to lead and follow or just go straight?
You can go straight through it.
Sarvamangalamangelyam Devim Sarvarthasadikam Charanyam Sarvabhutanam Namamo Bhumi Mataram Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwamangala Hetave Vishwadharmaika Mulaya Namostu Paramatmane Vishwadharma Vikasartham Prabho Sangatita Vayam Shubhamashishamasmabhyam Dehi Tatparipurtaye Ajayam Atmasamarthyam Sushilam Lokapujitam Jnanam cha Dehi Vishvesha Deya Marga Prakashakam Samutkarshostu no Nityam Nishreyasa Samanvitaha Tatsadakam Spuratvantaha Suvira Vratamujvalam Vishwadharma Prakashena Vishwashanti Pravartake Hindu Sangatana Karye Deya Nishta Stirastunah Sangha Shaktir Vijayatriyam Krutva Smadharma Rakshanam Paramam Vaibhavam Praptum Samarthastutavashisha Tvadiye Punyakaresmin Vishwa Kalyana Sadake Tyaga Seva Vratasyayam Kayo Me Patato Prabhu Vishwadharma Ki Jai. Jai Dharma ki Shri Ram. jai. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.